2024 has been the year of exploring new brands, things that I have never tried before, and really kind of stepping out of my comfort zone in my makeup purchases. Today I wanted to share with you some of the makeup that I have bought for the second quarter of 2024. We're gonna go from things I bought for my daughter, and we're gonna go trickle down to surprise purchases and plans purchases and all the things. If you like makeup and project panning content, I would love for you to consider subscribing before you move on further along in the video, and go ahead and like this video if you like drugstore content, high-end content, and just all things makeup. We're gonna go ahead and start out with a couple things that I bought for my daughter. She is 12 years old and is really kind of starting to come into her own with makeup. Funny enough, her makeup style is like kind of way different than mine. Of course it is, which is totally fine. She has a different kind of personality than I do, but I love her all the same. So last year, Natasha Denona had released that Xenon palette, which was black and gray and all the things. And I thought to myself, who really wants this? Like, who's really going to use all of that? That's not my jam. And I had seen people talking about ColourPop and how ColourPop had something similar but smaller and cheaper and all the things. Her and I had done like some makeovers, and I really just decided, you know what, she likes black and gray and those kind of sparkly shades. So I'm gonna get her her own eyeshadow palette so that she is not like making a mess all of my like black things. So I went on to ColourPop's website and I got something for myself, which I'll share with you in a minute, but I got her the Blow and Smoke palette from ColourPop. And I never in my life thought that I would buy this, but it's certainly not for myself. It is everything that she could ever dream of in a palette. It's got black, gray, silver, white. She loves this thing, and so I'm very happy for her that she likes this. And if I can sort of shrink down a picture of something that I did on her using that palette so that it just shows her eyes, I'll share that with you guys. Now, also in that order for that Blow and Smoke palette, I also discovered that ColourPop had like a collab with Harry Potter, and of course she loves Harry Potter, and she classifies herself in the Slytherin house, and she didn't really like any of the other Slytherin stuff, and she didn't really like any of the other Harry Potter stuff, but she did want to try this like lip balm stuff from the Slytherin house, and it's not, it's minty scented. It doesn't have a color to it at all, but it's just kind of the packaging, and she enjoys that. So two things that I've bought this year makeup wise went straight to my daughter, and I think that she's having a good time with those things, and I'm happy with those purchases. Let's go ahead and move to the purchases that I made that were completely spur of the moment. Like, I thought, yep, add to cart, whatever, I want that. I had seen Jessica Braun talk about this in one of her declutter videos, and it's from CoverGirl, the clean color. This is the Dreamy Pink quad, from CoverGirl, and it's been a really long time since I've had CoverGirl eyeshadows, and she spoke really highly of this, and I kind of just wanted something super simple and pinky mauvey colored, and I'm actually wearing it on my eyes today. And for $10 I thought I can add that to my Walmart cart, and I know that I'll enjoy that, and I think it will be able to stand alone nicely and go with other things that I have nicely. So I decided to go ahead and put that in my cart, and I picked that up. So thank you to Jessica Braun, who I know is not watching this video. Now, the Dollar Tree, this is the year of the Dollar Tree for me. I have discovered so much great stuff from Ioni, which you can get at Dollar Tree. And so I have shared a Dollar Tree haul from earlier in the year, and I'll link that for you so that you can see some other things that I've bought from the Dollar Tree. But these two things were most recent from the Dollar Tree, and I bought this because I saw Emily Noel talking about this in one of her videos, and it's the Ioni blush, and this is the shade French Pink. I love the packaging on these Ioni blushes, and really all the things Ioni is so pretty. This blush is very bright pink, but really can get sheared out very nicely. So it is very pigmented, but also very wearable and easy to work with. I love that. And then I also got this Midnight Rose blush. Look how pretty that packaging is. So pretty. And while you might think that this one's going to be pink, it's really not. It's sort of a kind of a light terracotta orange color. These Ioni blushes for $1.25 are really something that I highly suggest that you go check out because they're excellent quality, very pigmented, long lasting. You're gonna love your blush look when you use these Ioni blushes. So I do not regret these purchases at all, even though they weren't planned. Do not regret them at all. Now we're going to move into the category of the things that I do regret purchasing, and that would be these liquid blushes from Laura Mercier. I had gotten these from Ulta earlier in the quarter because I think they were either on sale or it was like a whole bunch of points if you got these. And I've wanted to try them for years. And so I thought, hey, I'm going to go ahead and try that. I needed to order something else. So I thought, okay, I'll just add this to my cart too. But as I've talked about in other videos, so if you watch my videos, you already know what I'm going to say about these. They are beautiful colors, beautiful, beautiful colors. However, one, they're very patchy when they apply, and I've applied it with my fingers, with a sponge, and with a brush, and a couple different kinds of brushes. Still splotchy. I tried underpainting with this one because it's dark. It was still splotchy. And when I put it on top of makeup, it moves my makeup around. And I just don't like that. I don't want to have something so fussy. So unfortunately, these were a declutter in my last empties video. And I'll link that for you too. So I'm going to try to pass them on to some other people that may find them to be workable, but for me they are a hard, unfortunate pass. I'm so sad about it because I really wanted to make them work. They're very beautiful. Okay, next I want to share with you the things that in the back of my mind I've wanted, but I didn't really have them in my cart. I just thought, okay, maybe one day I'll get these, but I don't know, and if I don't, it's okay. So to go along with that ColourPop order, kind of, I think what that palette for my daughter spurred the ColourPop order, but then of course I want to look for something for myself. And I've been seeing Still Steph. She's here on YouTube and she's on Instagram. Love her so much. She's been inspiring me a lot lately, and she inspired me to get Mandalorian The Child palette. I am very much a neutral person in my eyeshadow preferences, so seeing her use this in such a light and natural and easily approachable way really inspired me to be able to take the plunge and get this palette. So this palette is green in tone, and plus I love the fact that there's a mirror with it. That's so cute because these don't normally come with a mirror. So this palette has some easy and approachable browns. This is kind of a gold color, and then there's a lot of greens, but these greens are really approachable greens, easy to wear greens, and very lovely. And I'll post a picture that I did. Actually, I'll post a short of me doing every eyeshadow in this palette on my eyes. Once I got it, I was so excited to use it. So I'm thankful for the inspiration, and I am glad that I finally decided to take the plunge and get this one. Next would be something I've seen Emily Noel use a lot on her channel, and it is the Physicians Formula Butter Dream Team Face Palette. Now, this face palette is such a good deal because I feel like these are full-sized products, and even if they're not, they're powder, they're gonna last a really long time. I don't remember exactly how much this was, but it wasn't any more than $20 to get 6 things. You have a highlighter, which is not my favorite. This is my least favorite thing in this palette. It's very golden, so I have to use a really light hand with that one. I really love this powder. This is the Butter Believe It face powder. I love the fact that I can kind of bop right here, or I can bop all around. It's really great for setting under eyes. This is a really awesome powder. These two blushes are beautiful, and while this is not my favorite blush because I have owned it on its own, I don't like to use this blush on its own. It pairs really well with this one. So this is the Muru Muru Butter Blush in the shade, I think it's a Saucy Mauve. Yeah, Saucy Mauve, which is a mauve tone, and I feel like it has just a little bit of shimmer in it. It looks in the pan like it has some shimmer. And then this one is the Butter Believe It blush in Pink Sands. And so this one just doesn't show up on my skin right here. It doesn't show up on my skin very well, so I don't like to use it on its own. But I feel like it's a really good blush to use with this one, because if I get a little too crazy with this one, I can kind of like bop over it with that one and we're good. And then it comes with two bronzers, the Muru Muru Butter Bronzer, just the regular butter bronzer, and it's in the shade Bronzer. And then this is the Matte Minoy Butter Bronzer in Deep Bronzer. So I can definitely use both of these, and as the summer continues to go on and maybe I get a little more tan, this one is really going to come in handy. So while I wasn't planning on buying this, I bought this when I was on a week-long work trip on my very last day there, and it's sort of like something that I'm going to be able to remember my trip by. And my school, we call ourselves the Dream Team. I just realized that, so that's pretty cool, and I'm always going to remember my first really long work trip with that one. And the last thing that is something I had in the back of my mind, didn't know if I would ever pull the trigger, is the Natasha Denona Yucca palette. I bought this so fast when it was on sale for like $20 off on Ulta very, very recently. I got this for $48. And again, I feel like this was the catalyst for me saying I want to try some more bold colors, but still approachable colors. And this palette right here, it has that approachability yet stretching me a little bit vibe going on between this sort of blue-green color and this lime green color, and even like this kind of like chartreuse color right here. That one is Teepoo, and then we have Willow, that's the beautiful blue-green, and we have Camu Camu, which is that neon highlighter yellow almost. I'm very much looking forward to diving into this one over the summer months. Now I'm going to share with you my favorite category, which is the things that I had planned on. I had these things in a cart at some time and I wanted to buy them, and so I did. I bought them and they were great. And well, except for this one. This one I do kind of regret purchasing, only because it's very dark even though it's the light color. This is the Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer in the shade Light, and it's not light, folks. It's super dark. And maybe now it's going to work better for me in the summertime months, but in the wintertime, it is way too dark for me. So while I had planned on buying this, I'd had this in my Ulta cart for a really long time. I'm not sure how crazy I am about it. We're going to explore it some more this summer. I had a whole bunch of lip things in my cart at Ulta for a long time, and so I went ahead and pulled the trigger on those. This is the ColourPop Lippy Pencil, this one right here, and this is the shade Good and Plenty, and I love this shade, and the packaging on this particular pencil is working for me so much better than my BFF pencil. Not so good. I'm wearing this today along with the ColourPop Lippy Sticks in the shade Gold Digger. So Gold Digger is this, ooh, oh my gosh. And then that had bronzer. Oh my. That's good as it's gonna get for now, folks. So this color is very kind of like a rosy color, kind of terracotta, kind of rosy, and I love the shape of these lippy sticks because it makes it really easy to get into your Cupid's bow. You can almost line your lips with them if you want, And I find that these wear really nicely, and they're almost like a liquid lipstick. They stay really well. So I really like this. I was going to kind of show you. It comes off, but not a lot. Like, you can still see that there's some on my lips. Even though it came off, the transfer is not like sort of like immediate. I also got another lippy stick from ColourPop, and this is in the shade Topanga. And so Topanga is a little bit more of a salmon pink color, I would describe it as. It's going to be really pretty for summer. I'm excited about that. And then the last lippy that I got was from e.l.f. and it is the e.l.f. Core Hydrating Core Lip Shine, and it is in the shade Ecstatic. Now, this color isn't something that is super like wearable to me, this purple color doesn't go with a lot of things that I wear eyeshadow wise, but I do like to pair it with other lippies, other lip liners, and I really do want to try more colors of this because I love the way that it feels on my lips. I think that that makes it something like this that's a little drier. It adds a little bit more glide and smoothness to your lips and a little more comfortableness to your lips. And the last thing, the piece de resistance, the last thing that I bought that I'm really proud of. I waited a really long time to get it because I was very nervous about the Natasha Denona eyeshadow formula. I got this one before the Yucca palette. I was nervous about Natasha Denona because I've tried one of the minis and I couldn't get it to stay on my eyes. But I finally pulled the plug and I got I Need a Nude. And I love it. And this kind of opened the door for me to go ahead and pull the plug on Yucca. And I really do want to get the golden palette. That one's coming up soon, sometime this year. I'm not in any hurry to get it, but I would love to have that. So I Need a Nude I thought would be so great for really any time of year, but me working from home, I like to be put together because I have at least one meeting every day, but sometimes I don't want for it to be like super made up look. I just maybe want to do one or two things on my eyes, and this eyeshadow palette is going to be able to help me to do that in such a light and natural way. So this was just very much my jam, and I'm very much happy with this purchase. I do have a plan for these four eyeshadow palettes for the month of June. I'm going to be taking kind of a pause on my other projects for the most part, and I'm going to be using these four exclusively in the month of June, just to give my new eyeshadow palettes some love. And I'm very much looking forward to getting to see what these things are capable of. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and if you liked this video, leave me a comment below to let me know if you own any of this stuff and what was your favorite thing. I think my favorite things are going to be, I don't know, it's really hard to tell. Eyeshadow, blush, I don't even know. It's just too hard to tell. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.